Dragon-Con, set for stun.
Three guys sitting in a dark room that smells like bad cucumbers.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Inconceivable!
Now featuring 11 listeners.
This is the Unique Geek.
You slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25.
This is the Unique Geek.
And welcome to another edition of 50 Days of Dragon Con, the podcast that is slaying and overthrowing left and right. As always, joined today is our Queen of Darkness, Lee. Lee, how you doing?
I'm fine. I don't know why you're calling me the Queen of Darkness unless it's this cabinet behind me, but because I have all the front lights are pushing towards me, right? You can see my face.
Yeah.
That was the reason, right? Yeah. Okay, good.
No,
Awesome.
Yeah, that was it.
Fibber. John. I have really been looking at the NAMI website, and if everybody remembers, that is the official charity for this year. It's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And I've been looking through that website because it's great, because it's both for families and for people who need support. They've got support groups. They've got classes to help educate. They've got lots of ways to help people. And so as just a reminder to everybody, that's the official charity this year. We will be talking to charity, trust me. But we just want to keep that in your mind because charity is important. There is also the Robert L. Heinlein blood bank. No, what is it called? Blood drive. There we go. Blood drive. And people can do that as well because it's really important to give blood, says the person who had to have some one time. So very good. That's it. I was just going to talk about that because I really think it's important. Well, I think it's important we remember charity, and I think charity.
I remember Charity. Wasn't she like first base for the? I don't know. Never mind. Never mind. I was going nowhere quick with that.
Okay, good. But just the idea of charity.
Save us all the trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I talking now? Nope.
You're talking.
Okay.
I hear you.
I just want to make sure. But
I do. People are noting that Facebook is really laggy. I'll try and figure that out later. But YouTube, if you go over to if you go over to youtube.com/The Unique Geek, you can watch these videos and they're not laggy there currently, apparently, according to Sarah, who's checked on both sides for us.
awesome.
I'm sorry, Lee.
Well,
I interrupted you.
you totally did, but you know what? I'm not going to make that joke anymore. I would just like us to be really happy that Jennifer, the director of the High Fantasy track, is actually going to be with us on this podcast. And he's trying to pull her up.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's trying his best.
I didn't realize you were going to go straight to that. Okay. Yeah, hold on.
Well, hold on. Well, what I was going to talk about is that charity begins at home. And if you think about it, the group of hobbits were doing charity and that they were trying to protect their home. And Legolas was doing charity by trying to protect everybody else. See, I said it was a really crappy intro, so it's fine. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, how are you
It's been
guys?
at least a year since I've seen you, maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
We're all here. We're all here, still loving Dragon Con. So, Jennifer, high fantasy. What is high fantasy?
So, high fantasy at Dragon Con is your classic fantasy kind of quest narratives, some of the classic stories, but also some of the newer things like Game of Thrones. The literary definition of high fantasy is that it's any secondary world story that has magic and things like that. And then low fantasy has actually been christened urban fantasy. So like, yeah, like I'll get in arguments with people about whether or not Game of Thrones is considered high fantasy because it's, low fantasy. It's got like naked people in it. Like, no, it's high fantasy.
I'm not sure naked people has anything to do with what kind of fantasy literature or.
No, I went on a weird tangent there. I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, I'm just like, that's really interesting that that's their tangent. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so if you've got quest narratives, if you've got elves and dwarves and hobbits, if you've got magic users and wizards, those are considered high fantasy stories. And the line is kind of blurry. Yep. So me and Siska, who's the fantasy literature track, we talk to each other, make sure that, hey, if you're going to do this, I'm going to do this, or like, hey, if we both do this, this is how we're going to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Just because it's a better experience for everybody that way.
Right.
Like we're not very territorial about it. But yeah, like high fantasy. We also do a lot with mythology because mythology is the basis for a lot of high fantasy. You move from fairy stories into the more traditional high fantasy novels that you think of, where King Arthur, where the King of Elfland's daughter, those older things. Yeah.
No, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now this track started as Wheel of Time. And what did this track start as? Oops.
Okay, so here's my quick summary of my existence at DragonCon. I did start the Wheel of Time track in 2001. Mm-hmm. It ran until 2012. 2012 was the last year for it. Mm-hmm. And the reason why the track ended wasn't because I wasn't interested in it anymore. It wasn't because DragonCon didn't love us anymore. It was because DragonCon was reorganizing their tracks, and Wheel of Time, as part of that reorganization, got folded into Fantasy Lit. And so I actually got to go to DragonCon for a couple of years as just like a normal person, which was a new experience. Like
congratulations!
I had like not been to DragonCon as a normal person in so long, and I was like, what? How do you decide what you're supposed to do if you don't have like a schedule that someone made you? And so.
I don't know either. That would be just terrible.
I would literally just be like, I don't know what to do with myself right now because I'm not moderating a panel. So in 2017, DragonCon came to me and said, hey, we're still working on this reorganization of tracks. We're going to create a high fantasy track. And would you like to be the person to run it? Because we miss you. And I was like, well, I miss DragonCon too, and I would really like to do this. And so, yeah, so that's where the high fantasy track came from. So it is Wheel of Time. And also that was when the Tolkien track ended. And so Tolkien becomes part of that. We didn't need to make a Game of Thrones or a Song of Ice and Fire track. We didn't need to make a Witcher track or a Brandon Sanderson track because all of these things are big enough to support their own convention, much less a track. But DragonCon only has room for so many tracks. And so if you have a high fantasy track, then I can be flexible enough, be like, okay, this is really popular this year. I'm going to do extra programming for it. This one hasn't had any new content for a while. I'm not going to do as much programming for it. Right. And that way DragonCon doesn't get locked into like, well, now I've got a Wheel of Time track for the next 20 years and there's no more new books and the TV show got canceled. So what do I do with it now?
And I am so upset about that TV show getting canceled.
It was just getting to the good part. Like, well, yeah, like, I mean,
so how do you think it was getting to the good part? I want to know this part.
Okay, so
nosy.
Man, Wheel of Time is so complicated to talk about. So when Jordan was writing the Wheel of Time, what is the first 3 books of the Wheel of Time was actually his outline for the first book. He wrote a little bit more than he meant to. So all of that leading up to, and this is a big spoiler if you haven't, if you've not read the books and only seen the show, there's a point where Rand like gets a magic item, and this is like, ta-da, he's a dragon. That was supposed to be the end of book 1, and it just didn't work that way. So book 4, which was what was supposed to be book 2
Right.
is where a lot of the really like meat of the series comes in. And so the Wheel of Time TV show, when they were looking at it, they're like, we're adapting the whole series. We're not going to go book by book because it's 14 books and that's impossible. Like, just not possible.
Right.
So they moved some things around. They created some plots to cover some things that they were going to delete, but still needed those characters in certain places. They also had to write around a major character's actor quit in the middle of the first season. And so they had to recast that character and completely rewrite the ending of the first season and all of season 2 because they didn't have the characters in the same places anymore. So season 3 was the one that was really like the original vision for the Wheel of Time. Both written like the novels and the show. And God, they had gotten so good at it. Like the actors like had their characters down, that the writing was good. The world building, they'd finished like laying out the world building, so you didn't need to spend so much time explaining everything. And a lot of the changes they made to condense they didn't need to make so many changes to condense things anymore. Like there's more dialogue that is word for word from the books in season 3 than the previous 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the first season, when they would use a line from the books because they had done it so rarely, it would just be really jarring for me. Like they said that, like
Wait, did I hear that?
They haven't done anything like that so far.
Yeah.
But now it's just like
10 seconds back. Yeah.
Almost word for word what it was. So, so yeah, I'm sorry it's gone, guys. But we are going to do a panel about how how we think the series would have ended, and
cool.
Full spoilers. I'm going to tell you everything that happens in the books and how I think the TV show would have adapted it.
Boy, you know what? I'm putting that down as a tentative.
Mm-hmm.
You and I've talked about this before. I think even on the podcast. Is I really tried. I love just sci-fi overall, fantasy. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
What, John?
Yes,
John,
ma'am.
we can hear something behind you.
Yeah. Just ignore the.
Okay, just ignore the man behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain. Mm-hmm.
Which brings up something we were talking about pre-show, Jennifer. The man behind the curtain. What's going on about that fandom, as it were, or books, or?
Yeah. So last year we were assigned Oz, Wizard of Oz, as part of the high fantasy track because we needed a place for Wicked to live. Wicked is obviously like very, very popular right now. Everybody loves it. And so we needed a place for Wicked to live so we could do Wicked content and things related to that. And because it's a secondary world, it's a portal fantasy, kind of a proto isekai kind of thing, it belongs to high fantasy. So we have Dorothy and the wizard and all of that. So this year is the 125th anniversary of the publication of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which is the original Frank L. Baum novel. And so we have a panel for that I'm pretty excited by.
And I think it's funny. So many people think The Wizard of Oz was it. There was no more. There's a whole series of those books. And they're very good. They're different than The Wizard of Oz. I would say some of them are a little darker, but overall, they're just a fun read. I remember reading them when I was a kid. And liking them.
At some point, and I can't remember the particulars of it, like either Baum died or someone else just took over the novel series, but a good chunk of the Oz series, the literary series, was not written by Baum. It was written by other people. And so there's like all these Oz novels, only about half of which were written by Baum. And it's just like this really complicated series. There's a lot of lore into it. And it contradicts itself a lot in some of the world building and whatnot, because they didn't care about continuity. Like, why would you? No one's going to make a fan wiki of this. Why would you do that? It's the early 1900s.
Right. Nobody's going to care about, if we killed this character off or made them go away and we bring them back now. Nobody's going to care.
Like,
yes, we were. Yeah. But I did not know that they were written by others. I did enjoy them, as I said, when I was younger. So, I might have to read them again.
Yeah.
Although I don't need more books in my house. I need to be quiet. Shh.
I mean, libraries. Local
Libraries. That
Mhm.
is true. We're trying to figure out how to get the our county library to get books on our Kindles.
Oh
So
yeah.
all of that's pretty good. But yes, sorry. So
Oh,
you got
well,
that's how you got that.
I did want
Mhm.
to point out that Sarah says hi, first of all.
Hi, Sarah.
We love
And let's see, what was it? Mythology. Is high fantasy dependent on era of time?
No.
So are there 1920s high fantasy then?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that's actually what.
Or I guess
That's a
could
great
there
question.
be? Could there be?
So Tolkien is considered to be the not the first and not the earliest, but he's considered to be the first big high fantasy story. But there were people writing in what would become the genre before he was. And using a lot of the same ideas and tropes that Tolkien was playing with. So, for example, King Arthur.
Mhm.
King Arthur is a mythical cycle that has been written down a couple different times. Like Mallory wrote it down, and T.H. White wrote some down, and like put their own. Each time they put their own spin on it. Sometimes they would add characters to the cycle. Like Lancelot got added fairly late to the cycle, from what I understand.
That's actually true, by the way, because Guinevere and Lancelot were not a thing until all of a sudden Lancelot showed up, and then they needed to make people be evil. Sorry.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
didn't say that
Lancelot
right.
doesn't show up until someone writes down Le Mort de Arthur, and my French is not at all good. But there was also things before that. There was something called The King of Elfland's Daughter, and I don't remember enough about it to say things that sound smart, but that was definitely pre-Tolkien.
Well, that doesn't seem to stop anybody ever. So
Not us.
I just want you to know that I'm probably saying a bunch
Yeah.
of nonsense right now. So Le Mort de, King of Elfland's Daughter, that was an early proto high fantasy, and a lot of it was just taking these myths that were oral tradition and writing them down and putting them in a more concrete form, and then adding things to it and playing with it like a piece of bubble gum you've chewed on too much.
Right. What would you say is sorry. No, keep going.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, what would you think is more, not a more recent person who's written them, Sanderson would be run, but something that's written now, as in happening now that's high fantasy, or happening sometime in our lifetimes?
Okay. Are you thinking of like a current event, or?
Well, I think more of like, is there a book, as Sarah Rose asked, is there high fantasies in the 20s? Was there a book that was written with trying to use high fantasy in the 1920s in that sphere of time?
I want to say yes, but I can't name a specific example off the top of my head.
Okay.
I know that Tolkien started writing what would become The Hobbit in the early 30s, I want to say. And so he was definitely looking at some things that were prior to that he would have been drawing upon in addition to the mythologies.
Okay.
So a couple of people in the group, Red Nerd is saying Conan predates Conan.
Yes, thank you.
Predates Tolkien and Alice in Wonderland. And
Mhm.
and Alice is another one that predates Tolkien as well.
Yes.
Narnia, I think Sarah pointed out Narnia would be a 1940s high fantasy.
Yeah, it was set. Yeah, that's true. It was set during
that
World War II.
Anyway.
Yep. Because
She
Lewis
also-
was drawing
while she's
on
at it,
his
she also
memory.
wants to know if you're doing anything for Wicked. Did we already ask that question?
Yes, Sarah, we are definitely doing
How many
something
times
for
I gotta tell
Wicked.
you?
So in addition to the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, we're also going to be hosting a Wicked discussion panel where we're going to be kind of recapping and reviewing the Wicked Part 1. And that should be pretty good. The other thing that we're collaborating with the Unofficial Theater Track on is a Hadestown sing-along. Because we do mythology and retellings of mythology. Hadestown is a retelling of Orpheus. And so we're going to do a sing-along for that, and that should be super fun.
I've heard about these sing-alongs and everybody loves them. So I'm just,
oh my God,
keep it going, folks.
Like Sarah puts together such a good sing-along. Like I'm not a musical theater person. Like I understand it's a wonderful art form, and I understand that it has this deep history and tradition. Whatever is wrong with me on the inside is my problem and not theater's problem. It does not speak to me. So I went to the Wicked sing-along just to see how it was run, because I was like, I need to know as a track director, like, what's going on here? What does this look like? And I've never listened to Wicked. I have no plans to ever see the musical or the movie or whatever. It's not my thing. But everybody was so joyful. Like, it was being surrounded by pure joy. And like, I got like emotionally overwhelmed by all of the joy surrounding me from people who were experiencing something that they loved so much with each other. And so even though like I had no idea what they were so excited about, I understood the love and the joy that we have to do more of this. I have to give these people more of what they want, because, oh my God, they love this so much. So we're going to be doing this forever.
Right. And you said Hadestown this year. Do you have all schedules are subject to change up until your butt's in the seat and the panel's probably over. But do you have an idea when you'll be doing the Hadestown sing-along?
I want to say it's on Saturday.
Okay. That's cool. That is very cool. And you last year also had a dance what did you have?
So High Fantasy does a couple different parties. We do an evening at Bree, which was started by the Tolkien track, and we've continued it because it's just a really fun time. Why wouldn't we have that? And so that is on Friday. It's always on Friday at 8:30. And we do live music and dancing and a costume contest. And it's an evening in Bree. It's fun. And then the second party, we started doing this last year and we enjoyed it. So we're going to do it again. We're doing a Goblin Ball. So kind of a dark fantasy, adult fantasy Goblin Ball kind of thing. Like, think like Decadence and, creepy stuff, but also
David Bowie as the Goblin King. Yeah. Okay,
I think Labyrinth is always a good example of a Goblin Ball.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good one. And also, and I rewatched it because I was like, that was Tim Curry. I rewatched Legend.
Yes.
Which had Tim Curry as a demon / devil. It was one of the early Tom Cruise movies.
Yes.
And I can't remember who
Mia
else.
Sarah, yeah.
Mia Sarah, thank you. Right, because she was in Ferris. And it was just a wonderful thing. And if somebody hadn't told me that was Tim Curry, because that's why I was like, how did I miss it was Tim Curry? How did I miss this? And it was great. So there are a lot of fantasy things that might not have huge books and things like that. But if you love it, you can find somebody at DragonCon who loves it too.
And I do try to do like the weird stuff, like I didn't think anybody remembered this except for me. I like to have like panels for that sometimes.
Oh, good.
Like what did we do a few years ago that everybody was all excited about? Now I can't remember what it was. I do remember we've done Stephen King's Dark Tower a few times because the Dark Tower series is Stephen King's take on high fantasy. Like, it is his Lord of the Rings. That's the way he describes it.
Yes.
And so that's always, we haven't done anything with that in a few years just because we haven't had a good idea for it. But we've done some stuff with that. We did a panel a few years ago about John Wick being a high fantasy story.
Oh. That's interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. That's an interesting idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like he exists in a portal world right next to us. So we're interacting in the same world, but also not, because, he can go and shoot up a nightclub, but only the person he's shooting at will ever get hit by a bullet. No one ever gets in the way or anything like that. And the party still keeps going.
Right.
Like, we're still having a dance party. We're just making sure we stay out of their way. It was a really fun panel.
That sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome. And if you ever do the Dark Tower, whenever these series or shows or whatever it is will come out, I would love to talk to people. I would love to be on a panel about King's books versus the movie or show or whatever it is, because I so wanted to see the Dark Tower movie. And even though it was Idris Elba and he was wonderful with what he had, it had nothing to do with the gunslinger. It didn't. It had nothing to do with the fur book. But that's how
I love the casting of Idris Elba as Roland. Like I actually think if they ever wanted to try again, they should like just have him do it again. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But it felt like a low budget adaptation of a middling YA novel. That's how I describe. That's my review of the Dark Tower movie.
And I would actually agree with you on that, because it just was very, very different. And it wasn't right, y'all. It wasn't. And it wasn't Idris's fault. It wasn't anybody's fault that acted in it.
They tried to do this massive 7-book series in one movie, and you just can't.
You can't.
The Red Nerd says the Dark Tower is a perfect casting for a hard R-rated story blundering its way into a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Sarah also points out the Wicked photo shoot is Sunday, 4 to 5 p.m. Hilton
good. So everybody who's dressing up in your Wicked best, there we go. You got a thing. Now, you were talking about anniversaries. Any other big anniversaries coming up this year?
We talked a little bit about Narnia. Narnia has its 75th anniversary this year.
That's hard to believe. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just, we said this pre-show. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again. It is hard for me to believe that Narnia came out basically 20 years before I was born. That this is its 75th anniversary, because I'm 50.
You of course mean the book, not the movie, right?
Yes.
We're not talking about any of the movies.
Well, I'm just clarifying that Lee is not trying to pass off that the movie came out 20 years before she was born.
Like the PBS miniseries. That's when she was born.
Yeah, that's very true. I will tell you all, if you ever do want to watch The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the best thing I've ever seen, there is a box set, and I think it is BBC that did it, and it's wonderful. So
my kid would watch it. In the beaver costumes that.
I don't remember that part. Thanks.
Okay.
Which now will give me nightmares.
We would do that. Like my sister would shove like a towel down the back of her pants and be like, I'm a beaver, and like walk around the living room. Like,
that might have been that
one of the talking beavers.
Yes. They did have a really good pan, fae, whatever you want to call. But yeah, it's a really good thing. So, okay. Yeah, no, I was not trying to say the movie was 75. It's a book, folks.
Yes.
Many of these are books. They start that way. Right.
And it's Narnia. It's lovely. It's
always awesome. Narnia is always great. And boy, oh boy, is there allegory there.
Oh, so much. I was a pretty dumb kid, though. I didn't notice any of it.
Well, not until you're an adult. Some of that stuff we wouldn't have known about.
Wait a second. Is this Christian apologia I'm reading?
Yeah. And the more you know about C.S. Lewis, the more you can kind of nod with some of that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, C.S. Lewis, like, he's such an interesting guy. Like, I'm not, like I keep saying, I'm a generalist, not a specialist, unless it's Wheel of Time. But C.S. Lewis didn't just write Narnia. He also wrote like a science fiction series about flying to the moon.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's also just really interesting stuff that he did.
He was a prolific writer, not just of books, but also articles and papers on pretty much anything you can think about with the Christian Apocrypha. He had a lot of that. And he wrote poems, which are very pretty. Yep. So, sorry. Okay, we'll get off that.
All good.
Now, we did talk about the night at Bree, but what about the Rings of Time? Are y'all talking about that? Why are you giggling at me?
So I assume you mean Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power on Amazon
I did mean
Prime.
Rings of Power, and I said
Tower of Power Discworld.
Rings of
Rings.
What did I
Yes.
say? Rings of the
So,
Wheel. That's
Just
good.
Rings
Good
of
lady.
The
Power.
second season of Rings of Power came
Thank you.
out last year. In fact, we got to premiere the first 2 episodes at DragonCon. Amazon gave us permission to have a watch party because the episodes came out in the middle of DragonCon.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was really fun. We got to do that. And so now that the whole season's released, we can talk about the whole season. So we've got a few panels talking about that. And that should be pretty fun. People always like to talk about their favorite things.
Always.
Mhm.
And I actually like that series too, but I always liked The Hobbit. So
Mhm.
that's
Oh
really
man,
good.
like the Harfoots are like my favorite part of the Rings of Power show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Like I just want to watch that. I don't care about these stupid rings.
Yeah, and spoiler, y'all. That's funny. And spoiler, y'all. Just FYI, we meet Tom Bombadil, and it's so nice to meet Tom Bombadil, and he not be singing really, really bad songs that were written out word for word and very long. So, yeah, I'll stop there. But yeah, so it sounds like you got a heck of a track going on.
Yeah, we are a very busy track. We cover a lot of really large fandoms, very active fandoms, very vocal fandoms.
Wait, is
So
there
they're
a
very good
non-vocal
about letting
fandom?
me know what they want to see, and I try to accommodate as much of that as I possibly can within the confines of like I've only got so many hours in a weekend.
Right. And you've only got so much space and so many hours
Mhm.
and things of that nature. And Jennifer is proving earlier what we talked to when we talked to Kevin of the Newbies group. The track directors and everybody who gets feedback from the app does read through it.
Mhm.
They do take the suggestions that they can and bring them forward. And some of the others they put in their back pocket because all of a sudden they might need to. So
I've already started my notes for 26.
Jeez.
Because
Jennifer.
I there's things that I wanted to do this year and I can't do them for whatever reason. So like let me just start my file for 2026 and start putting things into that.
I'll just make little notes on
Yeah,
that.
because I my thing is I'll make a Google slideshow and have it on my phone.
Mhm.
And so as I come up with ideas, I can just add them to the slides. And so I treat it like
Brilliant.
I treat it like note cards.
Yeah, brilliant
Yeah,
idea.
I'm sure that there's some like bespoke like business app like Slack or something like that would do the same thing. This is very simple. It's easy to use. It's easy for me to share with people, and everyone kind of understands how a slideshow works. So,
And it also works well on the phone. PowerPoint and other things work well on your phone. Yes, if you're typing a lot, it's a pain in the butt, but they work on your phone real well.
But if I'm just writing down like Red Sonja to the anniversary, oh, that's the other thing we've got a big anniversary for. Red Sonja has a big anniversary. I don't remember what the year is. But also there's a movie coming out this summer. I don't think it's going to be a wide release, but it will be a theatrical release. It's not a straight to Netflix or anything like that. So that should be fun. Yeah, unfortunately I don't know too much about that. So
well, I mean, and if we're talking about fantasy stuff, I mean, comic books and graphic novels have always been a part of some of the best of the fantasy. And it, you know, it's one of the things, and I'll bring in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. They didn't have that technology in the 60s to make somebody look like they're this part of a robot. They didn't have some of these things. Like they could make a lizard that looked like a lizard instead of like the Gorn. So I think we're finding that's kind of a great age of sci-fi that we're living in now too, is that sci-fi fantasy, all of it, that we're getting that. So that's really good. All right. So you said Red Sonja.
All right. She's not having an anniversary year. I just wanted to talk about her.
Oh, that's fine. Hey, I'm good. She started as a part of Conan, right?
Yeah, she's in that kind of like she overlaps a lot with that. She's a Howard character.
Oh, okay. So there we go. John, yes.
Well, I was going to say Red Nerd is asking when will Star Wars become part of High Fantasy Track, and they're just asking for a friend.
So a few years ago, we did do a Space Wizards with Laser Swords panel about talking about the high fantasy of Star Wars. That was a collaboration with the Star Wars track, and it was super fun. I would love to do something like that again. I have notes somewhere on a panel about Doctor Who is secretly a wizard. So that would be a fun one to do with the Brit track someday. Yeah.
Well, Strange New Worlds kind of did that for you, except for laser swords. They had blasters and things, but that one episode that they did,
The
where,
Elysium Kingdom.
yes, thank you. That was
Oh my God, that episode was so good. I got mad at the end of it because I was like, I know what the ending of this is going to be. I'm like, you know, and then at the end, I'm like, but it was really good. And why you emotionally manipulated me.
You emotionally manipulated me. I'm sobbing. I mean, I'm like ugly sobbing. Like Glenn really is dead. Ugly sobbing. That's from The Walking Dead for people who don't watch it. But yet I'm also the same way. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it as many times as you want.
No, I've seen that episode a couple of times, and every time I'm still like,
yeah. That one has always been really good at pushing my buttons, so I will cry. Discovery did it. Others have. Deep Space Nine made it a lot. Both between the rage of fascist people and then also the where'd he go? Why is it in this? Yeah. So sorry. As I said, ugly crying. It's just not pretty.
Yep.
So Jennifer, is there anything you're looking forward to other than sleep during the days of Dragon Con?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. You're not as old as us, so I don't know.
No, but I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can. So yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff. We're going to talk about Wheel of Time series. We're going to talk about Rings of Power. We're going to talk about the upcoming A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the latest spinoff of Game of Thrones that HBO's throwing at us. It was actually supposed to come out this year, but they delayed it until January, so we get to do 2 years of preview panels for it.
Right.
Thanks, HBO. Let's see. I decided for some reason that I'm going to give a seat in the Wheel of Time.
Oh.
So I'm going to talk about both the in-world history of this position and also the historical and mythological roots that Jordan drew on to create it.
Right. That's amazing. I'll look for that.
If you want to know more about Lady Renaissance popes with magic powers, come find this.
Lady Renaissance popes with powers.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it now. Yeah, that would work. So what do you think? Should some other network pick up Wheel of Time and actually do book 4 and move forward?
I mean, I would love to. I would love to see somebody else pick it up and move forward. The only other streaming service that I think would do it right would be Apple Plus, and I just don't think they're interested in somebody else's leftovers.
No, not usually.
Yeah. But Apple is the only one that I see who's still willing to just throw money at things with no intention of ever getting their investment back. Everybody else, for some reason, wants to see a return on their investment. So
I know, silly, right?
It's very silly. Why in the world?
What is this
To be honest with you,
capitalism?
I don't even know how they're getting money. How this makes them any money to begin with, like Prime.
My understanding is that until very recently, Netflix did not make a profit at all. It was held afloat by venture capital. And so one of the reasons why all of a sudden they're like slashing budgets and TV shows aren't going as long as they used to on Netflix is because they're like, we have to make this profitable because they're going to quit throwing money at us someday.
Yeah, and Sandman got caught in that. That's why we won't have a season after this one. So
getting caught up on those particular topics. Let's see. Someone did point out. Oh, Jerry said was when we were talking about the Doctor being a wizard. He said the Doctor was once revealed to have been Merlin, and some of the best modern Who has basically been fantasy and sci-fi clothing. So that's what they're saying.
That's true.
Let's see. Sarah warned Apple TV killing Schmigadoon.
Yeah.
But
You think I
Schmigadoon?
would use it?
yeah. You never
I
watched
don't know what that
Schmigadoon?
is.
Oh, it's so
I don't
good.
have Apple TV. So
Yeah.
of all of them that I have, I don't have Apple TV.
Until recently, we didn't have Apple TV. We got it so we could watch Murderbot. But also, like, musicals don't speak to my dead soul, so I'm not going to watch it.
Okay, there you go.
But Red Nerd did point out that Apple TV did revive Fraggle Rock, so there you go.
That's true.
Let's see what else we got in here.
But-
Sarah points out that you guys have already talked about 2026. That's going a little bit back earlier.
You and Sarah have already talked about.
We probably have.
2026.
I just don't remember what we said. But
What big
I'm
musical will be
sure
coming
Sarah
out?
will remind me. She's very good
Somebody
at
did
that.
ask about Sandman, and is Sandman in the fantasy?
I think Dragon Con categorizes Sandman as urban fantasy or American sci-fi media.
Yeah.
It would probably be in one of those. But I'm not as familiar with Sandman as I really should be. And because of the creator of it, I'm probably not ever going to engage with it. But if
You could love it earlier. Yeah, but now.
Yeah, but if people said, hey, this is high fantasy, your track needs to cover it, of course.
Yeah. I kind of see it as urban fantasy as well. Just even though, because it's just got all of those kind of, what I think of in urban fantasy are those things that are nightmares that we had as a kid.
Okay.
I didn't have a nightmare of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I did have a nightmare about falling asleep and never waking up, a la Sandman, and some of those other, and werewolves and mummies and all of that. Those are what I was scared of as a kid. And I read Stephen King way too early too. The Man Across the Desert was also a scary part of my life. So yeah, I think that's good. That's interesting though. I mean, it could be rolled up. You never know.
Yeah, well, and genre terms exist as marketing categories. They're not real. It's just something that helps your book gets marketed and like what shelf it goes on at Barnes and Noble and like how you tag it on Amazon. So the genre categories aren't real. You just write your story, create your thing, and then let the marketing people figure out where it goes.
Where does it go?
Yeah.
Just American fiction. We're going to throw it over there. Graphic novels. We're going to throw it over there, even though it's a graphic novel that shouldn't be.
Fine.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like Avenue Q as a musical. You know, don't bring your kids. Yes, it has puppets. Don't bring your kids, and then people are like, "But it's Muppets. It's puppets. I didn't think this would be raunchy." Did you read the trigger warning?
Oh, honey.
Sweetheart. Oh, honey. Yeah. I mean, you're just like, bless your heart. That was just wrong. Sorry, the last time I saw Avenue Q, there were parents leaving very quickly. And I was just like, they were told that this was adult, right? Yeah. And I looked at my ticket. Yep, it was there. So, yeah, people don't always believe. But I do believe, because I believe in high fantasy. And where can people find you, Jennifer, on the webs' part?
On the internet?
On the internet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we do have a Facebook group. I know that is very old person speak now. But I am 45 years old, so I like old people stuff.
Go you!
So there is, we post memes there, and sometimes I'll ask like, hey, what do you think about this? So the best way to get a hold of me, if you want to give me a suggestion or anything like that, is highfantasy@dragoncon.org. Yeah. I don't have the time in my life to like manage another social media thing. So, just come find me there.
You are a very busy person from about now until the end of the school year. So people should understand that. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yes.
Yeah. Because Dragon Con is not my only major convention commitment in the year.
Oh, really? Oh,
you don't know?
I might. I don't remember. Probably. Which one?
Okay. I'm the chair of Jordan Con.
Oh, yes, I did know that. Oops.
Okay.
Folks, I can't remember what the Jackbox TV code is sometimes without
That's
seeing
fair.
what Jan has put up. Jan. I'm gonna call you Jan now. John has put up. So there you go. Okay, so that's where they can find you.
Mhm.
When the app comes out, things will be in the app.
Yep.
Do not ask. Do not ask, because
Yeah.
I'm not a track director, but I'll tell track directors. And boy, oh boy, will you hear it. No, joking. Really. Okay, so awesome. So, Jennifer, we're going to end with a game, and John is going to manage that.
All right.
To
I'm
try
ready.
at
Ready
least.
for the game.
All right.
He's going to try.
Yeah.
It is on Jackbox TV. So if
Yep.
you have your
So
phone,
head over to Jackbox TV and we'll let me get the audio so you can hear the audio.
oh, I was trying to see if you already had the code up.
Do it. No, I don't think that's good. All right.
You've arrived at the survey
You hear that okay?
scramble.
Very
We
loud,
asked people
but
some
I'm glad
questions.
it's here.
They gave us way too many answers, and we're using all of them.
All right.
Make
We're
sure
going
to cycle through the different
to
modes
play
of
high-low
play.
again. The
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't see the code. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see it.
Loopy,
Remember, you
L-U-P-I.
can answer surveys while you wait. It all goes into our database.
Looking for a room code? You got it. L-U-P-I.
Not sure what to choose? Pick for Me chooses for you, and Tour plays through everything.
All right, we'll give everyone just a couple of more minutes here to get in there.
I really love that. I'm actually, I've written it down about your lecture. I cannot wait. I'm honestly, I've already put that down
Red
because I'm like,
Look, I'm
Uh-huh.
just going to be excited to talk about something for an hour without being interrupted. Like, I don't even get that at school, and I'm the teacher. Like, there's always somebody like, Mrs. Lang, Mrs. Lang.
yes,
Red
John.
Red Nerd points out that my mom took me to see Avenue Q, and we were front row seats. It was a terrible mistake.
Hmm.
Let's see but Jerry does point out that the Puppet Slam is always family friendly, so go see that.
What? No, Jerry. No, the Puppet Slam is not family friendly. There's a reason they started at like midnight.
All right, we're gonna
That's
go ahead.
bad.
We're gonna go ahead and start the
Bad,
game.
Which topic
Hello,
will you be
everyone
working
votes for a
with?
topic. The three topics we have a choice
What do
between
you
is
find intriguing?
helps you relax, what ruins picnics, or New Year's resolutions. The idea
Got
of
it.
this game is to picnic problems. In one word,
Ugh.
what could ruin a picnic or ruin?
In high-low,
Ruin.
you'll be guessing the
Something like
best
that.
and worst of the list. First, try and guess a top-ranked answer. Type your guess on your controller and hit submit.
I will let everyone know.
Remember,
that-
guesses should be one word only.
Yeah, okay, get it. Where's that? Where's my little sticky note? Oh, there it is.
You will let everybody know.
Yeah, I'll let everybody know about my sticky note.
All
No.
answers
Nope,
received.
here we go.
How did it play out?
Never mind. I won't let anybody know anything.
Never mind.
Uh,
Bears.
Not bad
bear.
at
A
all.
bear could ruin a picnic. Rank number 4. That was Jerry. Oh, sorry, no, that wasn't Jerry. Who was that? People or others was rank number 11. That was Jerry. Rain. Ants and Brandon. Powell family
The
and
very
Brandon
top
answered
of the list.
Ants, which was the top of the list. So Rain was number 2. Thunderstorms was number 12. That was Lee. In the lead, we have Pal Family, Brandon. Oh, no, sorry, correction. Jennifer, Sarah Rose are
Now,
in the lead.
try and guess another top-ranked answer.
Now they're going to look for another
One
top
word
ranked
guesses
answer.
only,
Well, they're doing
please.
that.
Type your guess and hit submit.
While they're doing that, I will point out that if you go to the uniquegeek.com
If
/
you want to smush two words
suggest-
together like peanut butter, just make sure you think it's something other people would also have done.
that's theuniquegeek.com/suggest if you have an idea for a podcast that you want us to do. And you're either part of that group or not part of the group. And it could be anything. DragonCon related,
answers
obviously.
are in.
Yep,
First
answers
we
are in.
have
But theuniquegeek.com/suggest. There's a form there to fill out. Food could ruin a picnic. 2 people suggested that. Sarah Rose said no food, and that was number 68.
Because you have to make it one word.
Squirrels was number. Oh, I lost it. Animals was number 45. Jennifer said flies, and that was number 33. And in the lead right now is Jennifer and Brandon. Jennifer with 15,000, excuse me.
I'm sorry, did one of those say
Now we're looking
cannibals?
for one of our lowest ranked answers.
It is possible.
Think popular, then think of the opposite.
All right, so now they're looking for the least popular. Well, they look for the least popular. Speaking of least popular things to do, head over to head over to youtube.com/theuniquegeek. That's where our YouTube channel is, and like and subscribe there. Again, speaking of the least favorite things to do. Let's see, what else do we got going on? We've already got several more live casts, and sorry as I kind of work out all the kinks here. We'll have more participation. Oh, I can show you parts of my Pal family. I've got some more parts of my
I've got all your answers. How did everyone do?
trophy pieces I'm building. So
Yay.
here's another piece to it. See that? Oh, blankets. Blankets are unpopular.
Moving on.
If they're 49. No blanket. Oh, so I guess no blanket.
Huh.
Heat. Least popular. Oh, it's 21.
Oops.
These would ruin. There's a third for ruin. I guess you're trying to get unpopular. Explosive diarrhea. Diarrhea actually made the chart at 40. 40. What would ruin?
I cannot believe I made it at 40. I was expecting much lower.
Sarah Rose is now leading.
Now give me another low
Now we're looking
ranking
for yet
guess.
another.
This is so
lower
much
ranked.
harder.
I know, the lows are hard.
Again, diarrhea was number 40. If you can think of one worse than that, or less worse than that, which I mean opens a whole plethora of things for everyone. To be
True.
honest with you. Yeah. Let's see. So yeah. So also, if you go to theuniquegeek.com/shop, you can buy a Unique Geek T-shirt there or whatever. Wow. There's that too. I think Zan bought one. I mean, if you want to be cool like her. Let's see. It's Sarah. Oh, let's see. Did you see that Katie Sackhoff is here Thursday and Friday, and is having panels and signings on Thursday? So Thursday really is the new Friday.
Thursday is the new Friday. It really is. I will totally agree. This one is harder when you're trying to
can't
think
come
of
up with something that's even on the list.
I probably have not either.
We're just waiting on. Well, we're just waiting on Jennifer.
Yeah, because everything I come up with, it's not on the list.
No.
So I guess
pressure.
it's really unpopular.
Jerry points out that Wednesday is
Times
actually the new
all
day one.
answers
There
are
you go.
in. Let's see the results.
Death.
Well-
Death could ruin a picnic. Was ranked 20th, not the lowest.
What the heck?
Well, you want it to be. I mean, it would really ruin one. So you want something
That's
that actually
not
technically
great.
would not ruin.
Oh!
Because you're looking for the
I like
lowest.
it.
Cars.
Right.
Eggs could ruin. The ruin a picnic is 139.
Oh, dear.
Because if they've gone bad.
I
They've
like
gone
it.
bad.
Okay.
Solid.
Robbery. Okay.
I know.
Family could ruin.
No, that's going to be.
27th
That,
on the-
we got to bump that one up.
That one's, I can't believe it's only at 27. Yeah.
Jennifer and Brandon are still winning. Sarah Rose is in
Finally,
third.
you have two choices on your controller.
What
Which do
ruins
you
a
think
picnic
is
more?
ranked higher on the
Kids
list?
or the sun?
Choose now.
What can ruin a picnic?
What can ruin a picnic?
Which is a more popular answer for what ruins
I mean,
a
I know
picnic.
what I was like as a kid, so I'm going to put kids.
See, I have a very pale person I live with, and sun is up there too, but
So
I'm
this
going
is-
with you.
How did
I
it
agree.
work
Right
out?
now, 2 people vote for sun, 3 for kids. kids. Son came in at number 16, and kids came in at number 8, the 8th most popular thing to
Yay.
room.
Woo!
So at the top we have
And
ants,
now let's
then
see the
rain,
entire
bees,
top 10.
bear, wind, food,
Show
bugs,
me our
kids,
final
dogs, and
score.
pooping. Pooping is a 10th.
Pooping is the 10th.
Is Jennifer.
Woo! Yay!
Sarah coming in second. And third.
No need to
That's
panic.
awesome.
You're back in the lobby.
All right, that was
you
fun.
can choose the game you just played. You can
Kill it.
choose something new.
Do this, kill that, and kill this other thing, and yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Stop.
Did you want to show off what you've done for the trophies?
Oh, no, I'd already shown another piece of it. You have to watch
Okay.
various.
I'm gonna have to
episodes
watch
in
this
order
again
to-
because I don't
yeah.
always see you on there. Okay.
Oh, here, I'll show that piece again. Hold on, where'd it go?
So Jennifer, the two best ways to get, well, two pretty much the only ways to get you.
Uh-huh.
That's very cool. Are the Facebook group, which is,
High Fantasy at DragonCon.
and your email, which is,
High Fantasy at DragonCon.org.
there we go. And I can't wait till DragonCon. It looks like I have lots of stuff that I'm already trying to put on my schedule, and I know will somehow be screwed up, but
Mhm.
all good.
I actually think I have you on a panel too, Lee.
Oh, cool.
Let me see what I put you on.
Oh, that
We
was
haven't
your
got-
first mistake.
Bite me. And by the way, that was nice. I'm
Red-
keeping it
red-
PG-13.
Oh
Red
yeah, I
Note.
have you on a panel about The Witcher.
Ooh, yay.
Yeah.
Oh, so Pal Family points out Pal Family points out the two guests have won in a row, which is true, and
Yes.
our games. And Red Nerd says, "Congrats, Jennifer. My dreams of victory were nothing more than a high fantasy."
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
Good.
way to end this one. That's good, Red Nerd. Thank you.
All right. So again, go check out. Head over to. I suppose you can get to any of these things by just going to DragonCon.org and selecting things to do, and then tracks, and then you can get to the links there as well. So,
Yep.
thank you again, Jennifer, for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you as always. Sorry for
you.
the technical difficulties.
I always have a lot of fun with this.
Thank you. We try to make it fun.
hmm
We do.
I mean, we have games now. Before it was just like 10 years ago, I was just talking to you on my phone and it got recorded. And
Yeah.
now it's like we got games and video and like a chat going. Like it's so much fun.
Yes. That's all John. He's a producer.
I get this. Get the chat up here. Anyway, so until next time. Thank you, Red Nerd. Thank you, Sarah. See you guys later. Until next time, this is John for Jennifer and Lee saying peace.
And bye.
This was a production of The Unique Geek. Call our comment line at 8133210TUG. That's 81332108884. Email us at thegeeks@theuniquegeek.com or 50days@theuniquegeek.com. Follow The Unique Geek on Facebook and Twitter. This podcast is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license.
Bye.
Bye. Did Jennifer already go? Well, we didn't say goodbye
Yeah,
to
she
her.
left. Oh, all right.
Mwah. We love
Bye.
Jennifer.